Okay. Hey, pre-show. What's up? I wish we could have a conversation with our people who listen. We're back. There's another tornado probably. What the
Is
fuck?
there?
I mean, it's spooky ooky outside. Oh, what was your family talking about Hawaii?
Oh my god. So many things have gone to shit today. My cousin's getting married this weekend, and my cousin is getting married this weekend, and my other cousin, her younger sister, has COVID. So, I am now not attending that wedding, obviously, because I'm assuming she's going to be going, or else she's had contact with my aunt and uncle, because she lives in their house, and my aunt and uncle are obviously not going to miss their daughter's wedding. So it's just not smart to go to that, but it sucks because that's now the second wedding that I'm missing in a row, because I missed my other cousin's last year because of COVID again.
Wait, what the fuck is this sandwich?
What did you get? Did you just order a cheese sandwich?
13th fucking reason.
What did you order?
Okay, I thought a slim was just less.
Wait, what did you what?
I got
what
a number 6 slim.
Which is what? Like, what's a number 6?
I don't 6
know
is just like a veggie sub.
But there's no veggies?
No. This is just bread and cheese. Who would ever want
That
this?
just made my day.
Why is this on the menu?
Well, because I think the slim is without veggies. Because normally, I get sandwiches slim.
This is bread and cheese.
I'm looking that up.
I thought that I was going to be saving $1 because I thought it was just less veggies, and I don't like it when it's stuffed with vegetables. But this is... Who would ever want this? I'm sorry. You can continue.
I'm looking this up while we talk. So I'm not going to my cousin's wedding, which sucks because, as I said, I missed my other cousin's wedding last year. So now this is 2 weddings in a row for the side of the family that I'm missing. And, I just feel bad because I'm already, the black sheep of the family. So then to miss 2 weddings, it just feels weird.
So true.
And my brother's missing, which is fine because he's, not the black sheep. But when I miss... Yeah, and he has a child. But when I miss, then it, looks bad. So that's annoying. And then our family is going to Hawaii. We're supposed to be leaving in a week, or in 10 days. And the governor came out this morning and was literally don't come here. And we're we leave in 10 days. And so we had to have a little group, a family conference to kind of figure out what we're thinking, what we're all thinking about the trip next week. So right now it sounds like we're still planning on going because the CDC isn't shutting anything down, and the articles were tourists that are coming, we had to fill out a long screener and submitting our vaccination cards and all of that jazz. My whole entire family's vaccinated and we're all good. But it's unvaccinated people. Unvaccinated people I don't think can travel there right now, but it's unvaccinated people already on the islands, and how they're on an island, so their hospitals are not that big, so their hospitals are getting full. Mm-hmm. It was just a lot to talk about because now we're kind of we're within the window where we can't really figure anything else out. We either go or we lose our whole trip kind of thing. So it's just frustrating, but we probably won't be able to really do anything while we're there, which sucks, but I mean, we'll still be there.
My parents were on vacation this week, so I was supposed to have the whole house to myself until Thursday when you guys were listening to this, but they had to come home. They're coming home tonight because of wildfires.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ask me where they were. I just hear, we're going on vacation. I'm house to myself. Yeah. And I'm Shuba. Yeah, so that's the second vacation of theirs this year that has been ruined because of climate change. So, Pops, if you're listening, you can't really deny it anymore.
Wait, sorry. So where were they vacationing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. My mom just said there's wildfires and they have to come home.
Well, that sucks that their vacation got cut short, but sorry, I'm still trying to figure out
my sandwich.
Oh my god, so it is. The slim menu offerings are essentially just meat, cheese, and bread with no vegetables. So when you order a veggie sub, it takes off a veggie sub slim. It takes off all the fucking veggies.
My fucking bad. Damn, I'm a dumbass.
Oh shit.
Well,
that's kind of funny.
R.I.P. Whatever. How's that slim? Like, whatever. Okay. Let's get into that.
Yeah. Let's jump in.
Buckle up, because it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be a wild ride. Nobody cares, but we're gonna tell you anyways. This is Popcorn Chats.
It's my turn because you did Tragic Joey.
Oh, lovely. Hey girlies, welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm Katie.
I'm MICHAE.
And this week we're actually discussing something good, something I would say is like eyebrow content.
It's been a while.
It's been a hot damn minute. So we're gonna try to put our analytical girly hats on, but we'll see how it fucking goes. I'm having a drinky. What's fucking new? Anyways, we're talking about 9 Perfect Strangers, the new series starring Nicole Kidman, Melissa McCarthy, and others. We'll get into it, but I just love Melissa. I love Nicole. I'm talking about them like I know them personally, but sometimes I feel like I do because Melissa and I did graduate from the same university, and I will flex that forever. First 3 episodes came out last week, and we're here to break it down for y'all and have a little chit chat about Miss Masha.
Masha.
Just had a little buffer moment there. Masha, what's she doing to these people? Why are these people here in the first place? What type of money do you have to come to a place where you get smoothies curated to your fucking diet? Let's get into it.
I don't trust the smoothies. There's too much emphasis on them.
Oh, check-in, sorry. How are you?
I'm stressed out. Mostly because like all of my plans are kind of like on the edge right now, and that's just kind of stressful because I'm a person that really does not like change when something's set in stone. I really don't like when things are messed around with that, and right now like that's kind of how everything is going. Fucking unvaccinated hoes, I hate you all. Literally fuck off if you're choosing not to get vaccinated. If you're like a child that can't, or like have a medical condition that you can't, like, okay, pop off. But if you're one of the unvaccinated fucks, literally, I don't want to ever see your face. Because I'm just so annoyed with you constantly fucking with my plans. So yeah, I'm cranky about that because I just feel like we should be better than this, and we're just not. I'm annoyed, but hopefully everything still is able to go through fine and that nothing changes drastically in the next week.
I'm sorry, I hope it all works out. Not just because I'm excited to have your apartment to myself.
Well, I was gonna say, even if something ends up happening and we don't end up going, you can still come and stay for the week. But I will just now be here crying.
Can my sex plans still carry through?
No. You can get your own place for that. Also, are you gonna have in my bed? That's a serious question.
I don't have to.
Whatever, I'm just cranky. How are you doing?
Good. I'm fine. My sandwich is kind of tragic. See the pre-show for that issue.
So much cheese on it too. Oh my god.
Kind of nasty. It's gonna be a tummy ache.
Dude, can you imagine the people making it? They were probably like, this is the nastiest shit ever.
They should have like,
you're wasting that cheese now?
do you want it?
Yeah.
Ew.
I love a little snacky.
I just feel overworked. I feel burnt out. I feel like I work every fucking second of my goddamn life and I have no money. Don't know why that is the case. I feel like somebody who works as hard and as much as I do should be rolling in cash, and it's just really not fair. Thank you. I also just really feel like I want to quit my job and live in a van and just like vibe out until the world ends because of climate change.
It's coming sooner than we think.
I get closer to that breaking point every day. Let's get into it. Going into this, kind of was trying to manage my expectations, and I was like, this is either going to be really good because of all of these amazing actors and the creators or the ones who created Big Little Lies.
Both by the same author.
Yep, cinematography by the same people. So like, honestly, like visually, I kind of knew that it was going to be good just from like the previews and stuff. But I was also like, this could also be a rolling turd of shit because when Hollywood elite gets together,
it's either great.
It's either great or really bad because they don't have to try, really. They could just put out garbage or something like lackluster and people will still see it. They'll still make money off of it. See Ocean's 8 for an example. See Cats for an example. Surprised, but I was just like happy to see that it was good and intriguing. And the performances were really amazing.
I had higher expectations of it than I think I would have going into any other show just because of Big Little Lies and having so many of the same people involved. I will say though, at least in Big Little Lies, I had higher expectations because I had read the book and was a really big fan of the book. Where with this one, I have not read this book, so I don't know anything about the story or really have any expectations of the characters or the plot points and making sure that those are executed in a way that as a reader I find satisfying. Where in Big Little Lies, I was much more concerned about that. I'd say that that's a good thing and a bad thing to go into something with, like not having preconceived notions, but then also like not being able to maybe like fill in any gaps.
Does this make you like want to read the book then?
So far, maybe. I don't know. I don't really read that many. I don't even know what this would be classified as. I don't think it would be maybe a thriller. I don't know what it would really be classified as, but I don't really read anything anymore that's not romance or fantasy. So like maybe I would read it, but I wouldn't say that I'm like jumping at the bit to read it either. I wouldn't say no to it, but I also am not putting that to the top of my TBR.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to read the book like after seeing the show, but I am very intrigued by where things are at and I want to know what's going on. Like I want to know the answers.
That's why I wish they were all out right now.
Me too. So there's going to be 10 episodes, I assume, because each episode is a day and they're there for 10 days. I'm assuming that there are 7 more episodes, so 7 more weeks of this show. I just want to say that I know for a fact I would not do well without my phone.
I agree. I would not go to a retreat where I had to go without my phone.
Well, I don't think they knew that.
Okay, well, I wouldn't give it up.
I don't think these people are kind of dumb because they definitely didn't read all of the fine print.
Anything.
And so many of them seem like they just don't want to be there. So that part I'm really interested in. Curious to see why Lars or whatever his name is there, if he's like writing a story on the place.
An expose.
And then Tony also just seems like he doesn't want to be there. So I'm just like, why are they here? Like, what is their motive for coming here? But yeah, going back to the phone situation, I am addicted to my phone. Recently, I've become even more addicted to it and reliant on it. My dad, sister, and I went camping recently, and we were on like an island in the middle of Lake Superior, and like I struggled really bad. There was service on one side of the island where you had to like hike 20 minutes to get to, and I made that hike several times just to like check my phone. And I was like, wow, Katie, you're mentally like unwell. Like I literally felt like an addict. And then on the day that we were leaving, I was like getting mad at people because I was like, can we just hurry the fuck up and get back to the mainland? Like I need to check my phone. So I would not do well in this situation.
I wouldn't do well when it came to sleeping because I need so much noise around me when I'm sleeping. I need my sound machine and I need my phone to play either A, Grey's Anatomy, or B, Great British Baking Show. If I can't have one of those playing, like I literally can't fall asleep. So that would be a problem for me. And I would agree. I do spend a lot of time on my phone. And also I think the fact too that at this retreat, there's no like what I'm gathering of really like personal space or me time. It's a lot of group activities, and I burn out really quickly with social interaction. I think even more so after the pandemic when I've gotten like way more used to being by myself.
Yeah.
Then now I notice like my people meter gets drained very quickly, and I wouldn't like having to constantly be around other people for 10 whole days without my phone.
The sack race was really like an activity I wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, that's a no. And the fasting, no.
That's illegal. You definitely can't like starve people.
I feel
But
like
it
they
probably
gotta have
was-
some loophole.
It was probably in the fine print, and these
Yeah.
people just didn't read it, and they just like heard all the great things about this place.
But
Which,
like,
like,
would you
that-
read all? Would you read
No.
all the fine print? No, one
that's
would.
that's what makes it so believable, and like these people are kind of, aside from the family, like they got a price break or whatever, but like
Mhm.
they're all rich and entitled, and so but even like not rich and entitled people, I don't know if I would read the entire thing. If I heard how great this retreat is, I'd just be like, okay.
I want to know how expensive it is.
Me too.
I just want to know how much these people are paying for this retreat. I will say it is a very beautiful facility, and that would really draw me in. Like, I like the open. Are you okay?
I'm just trying not to get my chewing picked
Oh,
up on that.
okay. I like the open concept. I like all the natural lighting. I like the plants. I like the color scheme. Like, everything about it looks really, really nice. But then I don't like people. I'm so happy that meditation and like mindfulness and stuff works for other people, but I can't handle people like Masha and like these people who just talk in like all soothing tones and just want to take like deep breaths and just are all about being like on one wavelength in terms of reaction and emotion. I don't like people like that. I don't feel like we can vibe because I'm too up and down, and it almost like makes me more up and down when you're like always trying to talk to me in a calm, consistent voice. That like bothers me. I'm like, match my energy here, and I would not be able to just handle this whole vibe of the retreat.
Yeah, because it kind of comes off as like you're not validating how I'm feeling, but then you're also like, well, you need to be fixed.
Yeah.
Like that's, I think, why the people are getting so frustrated with Masha is because she is this very like calming, like you said, very stagnant with her like tone and reaction to things. But then she's like, you're all broken people.
Yeah.
But she's not like empathizing with them in any way. And also like the dad character kind of annoys me because he is also somewhat similar to that, where he's just like being so upbeat and stuff. And it's like their son has passed away, and it's not like his wife and daughter are like really moping around or anything, but he's just like so upbeat. He can't let a moment be silent. And it's just like, that would drive me up the goddamn wall.
I agree. Yeah.
I wanted to point out an idea that I thought was intriguing, like with Melissa McCarthy's character, certain people like knowing who she is at this retreat and stuff. I think that's a fear for a lot of people when you go into like group stuff or like group therapy, like you're gonna know somebody there. But then when you have like a presence, like for her, she's an author or like whatever, when people read or watch your stuff or like consume the stuff that you've created, it is really weird, like meeting them in person or like talking to them about it in person. Like I really like when people that I work with or friends or whatever are like, I listen to your podcast, like it's cool, but it's so like I don't, if you're listening, I don't want you to like stop listening or like stop talking to me about it, because I love it and I love hearing like your feedback on the podcast. But it's so vulnerable. It's literally like, it feels like somebody's being like, I watched you take a shower last night. Like it's just, I think it's nice having that barrier between like the people who are watching and consuming our stuff, but then like when people we know listen to it, like when my mom tells me that she listens to the podcast, I'm like, oh, yikers. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't feel that way as much with the podcast. I think because it's like a shared thing that it doesn't feel as personal, even though it is very personal, but I feel that way with like my TikTok and my YouTube channel. Like I don't want anyone that I know in real life to ever tell me that they watch my YouTube channel or like follow me on TikTok. I don't like it. If you know me in real life and you watch me on YouTube, don't tell me. I don't want to know because I don't want to talk about that with you.
I just play it on silent in the background because I don't even know what you're talking about anyways, but I want to give you the beers.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Lilas.
I do have that the opening credits are very Big Little Lies-esque, although I will say Big Little Lies are better.
Yeah.
The song's better, the visuals. So yeah, I will say that these credits are not as good. However, they do give off very similar vibes,
I like
and
the
I
song
like that.
for this one.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's just not next level. Another note on the first episode right at the beginning, when Melissa McCarthy is on the side of the road having a mental breakdown. If you see me having a mental breakdown on the side of the road, I appreciate the gesture if you want to pull over and ask me once if I'm okay. And if I'm like, I'm good, thank you, keep going. Tony, you didn't. You just antagonized her. Like, it's nice to be like, hey, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am. Okay, sounds good, bye.
Yeah.
But I did like her little breakdown. What an intro.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the moment where I knew I was like, ooh, we're seeing a different side of Melissa McCarthy in this because damn, she's like really bringing it with this moment of despair where everything is kind of falling apart. She's already like upset about her divorce and everything, and then she gets a call from her literary agent. I think a lot of people can relate to that moment where it's like, literally, what the fuck? Like, I don't need this right now. Why is everything crashing down all at once? Like, recently, I feel like things are either all really, really good or really, really bad for me. And it's like, why can't I just not be turbulent for 2 seconds, please and thank you? It's just all turbulent. Like, I'm just a turbulent girly. And it's like, is this really, like, my destiny forever?
I do have to say, though, I do agree with her agent. Kill them characters. I love character death. So when her agent and she's complaining about how she's like, why would they want me to kill my character? I love my characters. Kill them. It'll make for a better story most of the time. I say most of the time. Sometimes it's unjustified character death and then that pisses me off. But justified character death, ooh, I love it. Kill them.
Circling back to like the cinematography and stuff, I really appreciated the shot at the beginning with the slow dolly into the smoothie, the blender, with all the whole ingredients at the beginning of the shot, and then it starts to blend in slow motion and it's like zooming in. That really tuned me into like ingredients blending together, and immediately I was like, oh, 9 Perfect Strangers, like she's blending them together like these perfect ingredients. And then when she was talking about the smoothies and like they can't share their smoothies because they're each perfectly catered to their metabolic makeup or whatever, there's so many references to like that type of thing and just perfect ingredients and how she vets all of her clients before they come in to make sure that the scenario that plays out with all of these people is like the desired outcome and like the most fruitful, basically. So I just like all the smoothie metaphors and all the ingredients blending together metaphors. There's a couple different like smoothie blender shots, but I like how the series starts out with that first one. Thought it was very artistic, very well done. I'm very intrigued. I want to know how they got that shot without fucking up their camera.
That was a very like the curtains are blue because they're sad and whatever kind of.
Sorry, no, but I feel like that I just appreciate stuff like that. It's fun.
I literally had the smoothie shots are very satisfying to me, and that was it.
But they are. I mean, it's really cool how they got that shot. Even I would never know how to do that.
They're very satisfying. I just never put much stock into thinking like, oh, it's them blending together and like I don't know. I'm suspicious of all the smoothies. I feel like they're definitely drugging them somehow. Or
oh yeah,
there's got to be some sort of thing that they're slipping into their smoothies every day to make them. I don't know what the end goal is here, but I don't trust the smoothies. Even though they do look delicious, especially Melissa McCarthy's. Hers looks like it has a lot of like blueberries in it. It's that very pretty like purple color. I definitely like that smoothie.
Masha kind of fucked up. Like she thought that these 9 people were going to be perfect together, but like things are about to get crazy because they're unpredictable.
I think she's kind of getting what she wants out of them. Like whenever she's watching them like on the screen, she's always like smiling. Like I think she's getting the reactions that she wants out of them.
Okay.
Especially that she's now like amplifying the experience or whatever the fuck this is. How she's like, we need to take them to the next stage, and the people are like, they're not ready for that yet. And she's like, no, we need to do it. Like I think she was pleased with her results after that.
Yeah, her staff just seems concerned.
Yeah, about her and about the people, which I don't blame them. Would you want to work for Masha?
Hell no. Also the fact that, what are they, like a throuple? And she's like, oh, she has trust issues. It's like, yeah, bitch, you're a fucking psychopath, A. B, Why are you kissing his shin like that? Can you
That
not?
was weird. That was really weird.
I'm like, sir, are you into this or no?
I've never kissed a man's shin before.
I can't say I have either, and I don't ever plan on doing it.
No.
That was just weird. Like, we're bound for life. It's like, it kind of felt like she was saying any partner you ever have is going to have to be okay with me, like, being a part of it. And it's like that. Is he with that or no?
Masha's just very unsettling to me. I can't read her, which is I think exactly how you're supposed to be on her. But from her introduction of being like, I was dead, and then I saw a little girl biking and whatever. I don't know. I don't buy into her and how she's like, I had this former life, and she's like, I have a lot of enemies. I'm like, so were you in the mafia? Like, what is this former life about? Why did someone literally kill you? I want to know that because I feel like they probably had a reason. So I want to know why. Who's threatening you? Why? Why? Masha, why? I have so many questions about her.
Yeah.
And how did she come to this ranch or retreat? How did she create this? How did she recruit these people? Because if this dude was an EMT and he's the one who brought her back to life, how did she entice him to leave that job to then come to be an employee? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like you and I were talking about yesterday, there's a lot of setup in this, and I like the setup. I'm very intrigued. I'm like, okay, what is going on? I want to keep watching.
Yeah.
But the issue with shows like this is like you set up and you build it up and you kind of like, it's like going on a roller coaster all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have that like really awesome ride. Like I need the last 3 episodes of this to be fucking insane because I just want my mind to be blown at this point. But if we're going up and it just plateaus, I'm gonna be disappointed and feel like I wasted my fucking time, just like we always feel after The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Like, rest in peace, Victoria Goddess being kicked off Bachelor in Paradise.
And Kelsey too. Y'all really didn't reach your full potential out there. And like, get Demi off my screen. I'm just tired of you. I need something to happen in episode 4. I'm kind of sick of the setup at this point. I was hoping that something was going to happen in episode 3. And yes, we've gotten like a little more background on a few of the people. Like we found out what happened to the son for the 3 people in the family. I'm sorry. Again, I don't know any of your names.
Yeah.
The guy from Paul Blart, like we found out that then he, had an injury and he was a famous football player. So I'm assuming after that, like his whole life kind of went to shit and he became an alcoholic. So I can kind of fill in those gaps. And even like the influencer, we got like a little bit more of her insecurity story, and same with her husband and how like he came into having money. So we're getting like pieces of the people, which is great, but we're not getting enough for any plot things, which I just need something to happen in episode 4. Like I'm kind of done with setup.
And now, like, that we know that she's drugging them, or like they are suspicious of her drugging them and stuff, like, I'm curious to see where it goes now that the woman was like, have you been drugging us? And it's interesting because that family, or at least that couple, seems to be the most tweaked out. So I'm like, who's on different levels of drugs?
Yeah.
Also, the influencer couple did seem to be vibing with each other at the fire. They were like dancing.
Same.
So maybe they were on drugs too, but like the dad and the mom were definitely tweaking.
Yeah.
Like, I was glad that the dad spoke his truth and was able to like let it out, and I really appreciated his speech. I thought that actor's performance in that scene at the fire when they were eating the fucking goat that they killed, rest in peace, Billy the Goat. I thought that actor really shined in that moment. I think he's a very good actor. I loved him in Knives Out.
I get what you're saying. And two, the mom, not the mom in the family, but the other mom with the mom from, or with the girl from Girls Trip.
Yes, oh my God, I love her.
I don't know what her name is in this, but at the beginning of the retreat, she's very like meek and being like, I want to do weight loss and like gain confidence and find myself. And she like would never say that she wanted to punch the influencer in the face on day 1. So I'm like, is this just the retreat, or is it her being drugged slowly that now she's feeling like she can kind of like loose lips, that she can kind of say whatever she wants now. But that whole interaction with the two of them at the waterfall when the influencer was just like, if I'm reading you wrong, I'm sorry, but in the chance that I'm not, fuck off.
Yeah.
I literally laughed out loud. That was
Yeah.
very funny.
Yeah, I really am. Again, I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm excited to see where the influencer and her husband's thing goes. I'm excited to see where the daughter and Lars or Laz's relationship goes. I feel like that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Tony and Melissa, I'm excited to see where they're. I hope you guys are able to keep up with how we're tagging these people. But
If you've seen the show, you know, and if you haven't seen the show, then I don't know why you're listening.
Yeah, but I really like the woman from Girls Trip and the influencer girls little situation that they have going on, because that is something that I struggle with too, is like people who are conventionally attractive or like super fit or whatever. It's just kind of easy to be like, why would you ever complain? Like, you have just got to be like getting everything handed to you, right? But that's definitely not the case, and I'm trying to work on like being better about that. The woman from Girls Trip is just insecure because her husband left her for a younger girl, which
I
is,
know,
like,
that's
sad.
some tea.
Yeah,
That's some tea.
and she has anger issues apparently.
No, when she was like, sometimes I just want to like.
Yeah.
Also, that hot tub was such a vibe.
When she started shaking, she's like,
I know.
I was like, oh my god.
With her like poofy ass like housewife hair. She has such like that, even like her swimsuit, like her wardrobe just screams like suburban mom.
Yeah.
Her hair, her clothes, her like the way that she carries herself.
Mhm.
She's just such like a suburban mother type. So that's why I almost feel like she's gonna end up being the most out of left field. Like, we're not gonna expect whatever we're gonna get from her because she presents such like a wholesome image.
I could see her killing somebody else at this
I
retreat.
would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Where I feel like Joe, is that his name? Joe?
Cool.
The guy from Pop Art Mall Cop? The football
Tony.
player? Tony. I feel like Tony, they're trying to really like say that he's this bad guy and like that he might be potentially dangerous, you know, like just trying to paint that image of him. And I don't think he's gonna end up being that way.
No, yeah, I don't see
Misdirect.
that with him at all. And like how they were all like, oh, he killed the goat, but then it ended up being the guy from Knives Out, the dad, who killed the goat, right?
No, I think he still killed the goat, but he let him kill the goat because he
Right.
was gonna go and save the goat.
Okay.
And then he was like, no, I'll let you kill it. Which, trigger warning, animal violence, there was none. There's never a trigger warning for animal violence. And I don't
No.
like it.
There's rarely trigger warnings for anything.
Fucking tragic.
Okay, Michaela doesn't know about this because she is a rich person and doesn't have ads on Hulu, but I just wanted to shout out the HelloFresh ads. I appreciated those, and I would just like to shout out HelloFresh, not sponsored. Please do sponsor us, but I just really appreciate you guys for going the extra mile to curate your commercials to the show that we're watching. And I just really, it was like two girlies dishing about Masha and like where we were at in the show. It was like they're cooking dinner together, and then they're like, she's definitely spying on them. And then the other girl was like, well, I just need a Masha in my life. And like, it reminded me of us. And then like later there would be another HelloFresh commercial where it was like further along in the show and they were like talking about something else. I just think that that is the future of commercials with streaming services. And I really appreciated that as a creative. Job well done. Whoever is on that little breakout room.
It would make it so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Commercials sprinkled in, because it still keeps you in the moment, because I feel like commercials take you out of the moment. Go HelloFresh. I already think that I will get kicked out of this retreat very quickly, but especially on the second day when they have to dig graves, lay in them, and then get dirt thrown on top of them, fucking pass. I just would not be caught laying in dirt because I'm scared of bugs.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be laying in open dirt. And two, the second that you're like, all of these creepy people, already the vibes are off, and they're like, dig these graves and then lay in them. Just no. I feel like I've seen too many true crime things. I'm too paranoid of a person. That's not going to happen. And then when they started throwing the dirt on them, if that's not a red flag to these people, I really don't know what is.
Yeah, well, Melissa McCarthy wants to leave after that. She's like, fucking bye.
And then Masha, of course, does the thing of being like, that's your choice, but give me one more day. Because who's really going to say no to that? Like, when they're like, okay, just one more day. Like, fine, I can do one more day and I'll just leave tomorrow.
Right.
When normally then that's too late.
Yeah, because they're already drugged at that point.
And having this fucking bonfire with this goat on a spit. It's like
Very cultish.
It is. What are y'all doing?
One of my questions was, like, how you asked in the Joey King episode. I was gonna ask, what would be your breaking point? Like, where you just leave? Would it be the dirt?
I don't think anything bad really happened on the first day. It was more of like the getting to know each other, and that was just like the family freak out there, but I mean that was kind of fine because I could sit through Masha's like I was dead and then I died and then I was brought back to life, like that I could kind of like get through, but I think the dirt thing, and also I just think I would be in like I would probably have a panic attack at this place, so that would like send me home. And I think it would be like the dirt digging. And if it wasn't that, if I still made it through that and then we had to fast and be out in the wilderness, that would really be it, because then I'd feel like so just like out of control of anything that I wouldn't be able to. That would be my final breaking point if I hadn't already.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not ill. Like I know that that's a problem that I wouldn't be able to do it, but
I don't think it's a problem. I think this is very like not chill for most people and very inhumane, like the whole fasting situation. Plus I don't have my phone to distract myself from being hungry. Sis, we got a problem.
Yeah.
My final breaking point would definitely be my mom taking her clothes off and going into the water.
Yeah.
I would be done. I would not want to go to a retreat like this with my parents as like an adult. Fuck that. I feel so bad for the daughter in this situation. Every moment is just so cringy, so awkward, like from the get-go for that girl when her parents are just on one, like, and they're doing it for her because they think she's like struggling, but it's like y'all didn't have to be doing the most like this, going to a retreat as a family. This is so weird, so problematic. And she's like, you guys are the ones who are fucked up, like I'm fine.
And they're like dragging her down. I would not. Well, one, I just wouldn't want to go to a retreat like this with my parents because I'm emotionally stunted. So I wouldn't want to like talk about anything with them. Anything like this, you know, of the things that the shit that they're uncovering. Like I just wouldn't want to talk about that with them. And then if I saw my mom, well, one, like almost jump off a cliff. And then the next day turn around and then take off her clothes and then start talking about what kind of a lover my dad is.
And like when's the last time anybody's had sex here? It's like
final straw.
I am outie 5,000 on that.
That's gonna be a pass from me.
I have a couple notes on like the performances in this. I really like Melissa McCarthy. We talked about like the moment of despair, and I think her range in this is really on display without taking away her quirky, funny charm that we know and love from other things like Bridesmaids and all that stuff. We know her as a comedian first and foremost, but then we're getting to see her more serious side where she's playing this character who is going through some shit. But I think the mistake that a lot of people make, like Kristen Wiig's fucking manager, where you try to throw somebody who is like originally a comedian into like a serious role where there's like little to no comedy or humor. It doesn't bode very well because we will always see that person as funny. You gotta maintain that charm. And it's very much the Melissa McCarthy we know and love, just kind of like taking it up a notch in this serious role. And I really enjoy it. I think she's killing it, and I'm excited to see more of her.
I think out of all of the characters, I like her the most. I think mostly because I do just really like Melissa McCarthy, but I think too just her character, and maybe it's just my own fear of turning into her because I look at her and like those are genuine fears of me being like stuck in a little writer bubble and then not having anyone in my life and prepaying my own funeral because I don't think anyone's gonna go, and getting so caught up and like recording everything and not seeing anyone as a real person but just seeing them as like a plot line. Like she's so lonely, and then like her publisher rejects her. I don't know. I'm just like, this is a fear. This is a genuine fear. You're touching on something here. I think you're right with her range where her interactions with Tony allow her to have that comedic edge. But then her like life situation allows her to be serious and have moments of despair. But even like her freak out is still funny. I mean, it's not like meant to be funny, I don't think, but it's still comedic. And I'd say her and Nicole Kidman are by far, like, they captivate my attention the most out of anyone. Because Masha's, like, fucking weird. She's weird.
But not off-putting.
No. just unsettling.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's character is so relatable too, because you and I think you guys know if you listen to the pod, we're just very much, we fall back on humor and like joking about things that are uncomfortable, and I think that's this character very much too. Like, she's like, my life is fucking tragic,
and her getting catfished, I'm like, oh fuck. But that too just like adds to it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. I'm sorry, Melissa. Don't know what your name is in this because
yeah,
I never do.
I don't pay attention to that. But I also really love the dynamic of Tony and Melissa and the grape situation.
I
when
know,
he
that
almost
was
kills
funny.
her. I loved that. I want more of the influencer couple. I'm excited to see where
Agreed.
that goes. And I'm very excited to see how they all continue to blend and interact. Like, different these characters are so distinct from each other, so I think there's so, like, endless possibilities with the scenarios that could occur. Like, what if Tony and the influencer girl interact? Like, what would that be like? What if Melissa and the daughter, like, can they have more of an involvement because they seem to have a bit of a connection, like an empathetic thing going on? So
the only character that I feel like is so disconnected from the other ones is Lars, and I feel like that's for a purpose, that he's not really connected to anyone or like vibing with anyone whatsoever.
Yeah,
and he seems more connected to like the staff themselves.
He's
like,
vibing with the daughter though.
Or
she's more vibing with him because she like walked in on his phone call. And I do really appreciate the performance from the woman from Girls Trip. And I think the directors and the casting department did a really great job of choosing people with range and putting their charm on display while like tapping into their talent and serious side that we're not necessarily used to seeing with these actors.
Yeah, because the only thing that I've seen her in is Girls Trip.
Me
So
too.
I have this like very comedic image of her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, and also like a very hot image of her. Like in Girls Trip, like she's on point with her dressing. Like her hair looks great. Her makeup looks great. Like just everything about her screams like beautiful woman. And not that she isn't beautiful in this, but this just screams like such average housewife that I feel like if I passed her in a Woodman's, like I wouldn't think twice.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't look twice because she just does look just like the mom next door. I mean, Luke Evans. You can't really do much to him to make him look different. I don't really feel it. I just don't have a read on him. I don't really get his character, and I don't really get where he's going, because all I've ever seen him in was fucking Beauty and the Beast, which was random. But then like action movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think I like that we saw a vulnerable moment with him and how he's like has this man that he is like kind of heartbroken over, but then he's also kind of like making jabs at everybody in the retreat, and also kind of like probably making an expose on this and very skeptical of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
But we know his little like Achilles heel. You said Melissa's your favorite?
Melissa and Masha.
Yeah, I would agree. Melissa, I like Melissa and Tony together. I think they're gonna be the ones who like kind of get each other out of whatever shit is about to go down.
I did not need a shot of him peeing though. I really didn't. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, what is that? Recently, there's like a dude peeing in everything now.
Like, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Although I did like that at least when he went and threw up that they didn't show that. So thank you for that. Point for you for that, but then taken away for the pee shot.
Would you ever do a retreat like this?
No. That was also a question that I had for you. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be away from my cats. It would give me so much anxiety going into something with so much unknowns, which is something that I know is like a trigger for me. Having everything being out of my control, that's just something that I would never willingly put myself in that situation for. Also, like I said, I get that like the meditation and mindfulness, and maybe someday like I'll end up changing my mind and I'll look back and I'll be like, you weren't enlightened. But honestly, like it doesn't appeal to me. I wouldn't be able to read or watch TV or talk to anyone or be on my phone. Like I wouldn't want to do this. Nothing about this sounds fun to me unless I was going on a vacation and it was like an Airbnb there. Because I do think it's very pretty and I'd love to drink some smoothies, but I do not want to do any organized group activities or meditation or whatever the fuck Masha has going on there.
Like Melissa McCarthy's idea of what this was going to be is like what I would do. Like the whole R&R, just relaxing, kind of getting away day being like with yourself and just like disconnecting from your phone, like I would do something like that, you know, because I do think I need that. I need to like unplug and really just refresh. But the whole group activities, the whole weird being drugged, fasting, all these like unexpected twists and turns, you never know what's happening. You're very not in control of your day, wouldn't do well.
I had a question of what would your ideal retreat be? I guess you kind of just answered that, but like what would make your retreat ideal to you?
Yeah, I think just like having control over what my day to day is and maybe having options of things to do. Like if you want to go hiking, you can do that, or you can not. Journaling for yourself and kind of tracking your progress for yourself. And maybe with like one other person, like a licensed psychiatrist or therapist that you're like talking to, but I don't want to talk to other people. What are they doing?
Sorry, Aria. I'm sorry, honey. Dorian keeps spilling their water bowl and like moving it everywhere, and I heard them pawing at it, and turns out Aria was just trying to get a drink, and I just yelled at her, Aria, mommy, sorry. But he keeps spilling it. Every time I refill it, I look over again and water is all over the floor. And it's actually a 13th fucking reason.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like don't like talking to other crazy people. I don't get anything out of that.
Yeah.
Not crazy. That's like not a proper thing to say, but I just don't get anything out of like talking to other people who are in the same situation, because
what are we gonna do about it?
Yeah. What? I need somebody to tell me what to do to get out of it.
Yeah.
But then I do talk to like my fucking therapist who's like, okay, well, this is what you need to do, or like, it's going to be hard, but I think you just need to like do this. And I'm like, well, that's too hard. Sorry. And then I'm just miserable.
Yeah. You do that, don't you?
Yeah. I'm that bitch that's like, help me. And then people give me advice and I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that.
It's like every time you show up and you're like, I'm back on Hinge. And I'm like, literally, I have no words. I like your thing of having choices. I would like to wake up in the morning and have a smoothie, preferably undrugged. But I would definitely need more than that because I need a bigger breakfast than that. But then I would like for them to be like, okay, you have like 3 different options in the morning of like, do you want to go outside and paint? Do you want to journal? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to lay by the pool? Like very relaxing activities that I personally enjoy. And then I'd like to have like a lunch, maybe like a salad type lunch. And then in the afternoon, meet with someone, like you said, like a licensed person, check in with them, but then also have like another little activity. And I would like to have limited phone time where maybe they like give you your phone at like 7 o'clock at night and you get it overnight, and then in the morning you turn it back over. Cause that would be nice to like not have it during the day and not have to worry about that. But I wouldn't want to have it never in my possession for this whole time.
And they like forcibly take it away from you at the beginning.
Yeah. And also I would like to choose how often I have to interact with people. Like if I could have one activity, like maybe in the morning, like I interact with people, but then in the afternoon, like I get to do a solo activity. Because I wouldn't want to be around people 24/7. Nothing about that sounds relaxing to me.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I would like to do like a marijuana retreat or like a CBD retreat where there's like professionals who are very well versed in cannabis and stuff and do different exercises with you based on the strain, and like you get the most out of your cannabis usage. I would pay top dollar for that because I would like to have somebody who knows my like metabolic stuff and like knows what levels of things. Because sometimes I get so much out of being high, like literally I'll have such a creative breakthrough and just like have all these thoughts of like, and I like personally develop literally because I'm just like thinking about stuff, but then other times I'm just like anxious. So I would like to have a professional who like caters to my body, my cannabis levels and like the different strains, and then does things with me based on what I'm intaking. Revise my answer. That is what I would like to do.
That sounds perfect for you.
Doesn't
sounds
that?
very ideal for
If
you.
Any of you have a mom or a dad that own the cannabis retreat,
Katie
give
would
me
like
a
to
discount.
Go. Katie would like to attend.
I would like to go.
Maybe I would need to go so they could tell me
Figure
what I
your
need to
shit
do to
out.
get high.
I really don't think you have to do anything. I think you're a blessed person that just gets high off others.
Maybe.
all we have to do is I get high and you just come with me.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
I love that.
Although I feel like if you were high tonight, I wouldn't be able to match.
Yeah.
I'm tapped out.
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
Did we do it?
I just want to know, or sorry, just one last thing. Do you have any predictions?
I think that shit is going to hit the fan. I think Masha is going to lose control of these people, and I think somebody's going to die.
I think for sure someone's dying.
Yeah.
100%. Who do you think it's going to be?
I think that Napoleon.
The dad?
Yeah, or one of the staff, like the short hair girl. And I also think the mom and the girl in the throuple that's like has trust issues, I think they are going to have a lesbian moment.
I'm getting vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a little thing in the preview about, or like the promo about that.
Oh, I didn't see the promo.
I think they're gonna
have a
moment. Yeah.
I agree. I also think someone's gonna die. I'm thinking that it might be the influencer's husband. Because I don't think Melissa McCarthy is going anywhere. I don't think Tony is going anywhere because of his dynamic with her. I think the family, the Three family, I think they've already experienced a death that I don't think it's going to be them. So then that leaves Lars, the influencer, her husband, and the housewife. And I don't think it's going to be the housewife because I think she has more potential. Yeah. And I don't think it's going to be Lars because I don't think we're attached to him in any way to be like shocked by his death. So then that kind of leaves the influencer and the husband, and we've gotten more on the influencer. And I feel like has more relationships with other people that I think it might be her husband.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I also think that someone is going to die soon, and I agree. I think Masha is going to lose control over them, and her employees, I think they might like revolt against her a little bit, which is going to send her into like a spiral, and then I think she could get like really extreme with her methods.
Yeah, and then also who's the person that's making death threats to her?
Yeah. Like, is it one of them?
Is it Lars? Is it somebody from her past? Is it the influencer boyfriend? Like, that would be a twist.
Yeah. I'm like, is it the housewife some way? But then she said that her husband left her for a younger woman. Because I'm like, did he leave her for Masha?
Right.
I don't know. But I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued by this show. So I'm excited to see more.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll maybe check in about it in our pre-show if we continue to watch. So tune into our exclusive video-only pre-show on YouTube. Also, thank you guys so much for all your love and support on the Fear Street videos on our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen our live reaction to those films, they are available on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hop on over there. Please subscribe to our channel. Yeah, just leave us your comments. We love hearing what you guys have to say, and we have a lot of exciting things coming up. We're going to be doing a Drunk Disney about Cadet Kelly. Spooky season is on the horizon, and you guys know that we are spooky girlies, and that is just a time where we thrive, and I'm excited for that.
You missed out on upcoming content. The next After movie is coming out, so another cringe episode.
Yep.
Dylan even said at the end of his Kissing Booth 3, he's like, how much time do I have until after 3? And it's like a month. And he's like, that's not enough time in between cringe things. And I was like, oh, you right on that. You right on that.
We feel you, Dylan.
Yeah, that's it.
Yay!
Lilas
girlies. Have a good rest of your life.